Hello everyone, this is Mike, the CEO of the Useless Duck Company. I'm reporting here from my kitchen in the basement. It's a long weekend in Canada, and that means I don't need to shower. Top story tonight, about 2 weeks ago, on February 1st, I was on the Discovery Channel show Daily Planet. It's actually the second time I've been on that show. They came to my house about a year ago to take a look at the toilet paper machine. Let's look at that footage.
By day, Michael Nichols is a mild-mannered software developer. By night, he descends into his basement and becomes himself, except that he makes totally useless inventions. Michael is a smart and funny guy. His first invention was the useless duck quacker.
Okay, so I have a power supply here. This powers a wireless receiver. This pushes a button on the Arduino, runs a bit of code that I wrote, and then that squeaks the duck. Useless.
Next, he made a useless self-tipping hat that talks.
Milady.
The hat received massive amounts of attention online.
When I released a video for the self-tipping hat, I received a lot of emails actually, people wanting to buy the hat. People want to walk around town automatically tipping a hat at women that says Milady. It was just a really wonderful response.
The response inspired him to build his most ambitious invention yet, the useless toilet paper dispenser.
So I built the toilet paper machine about 48 hours before Discovery Channel showed up. I had a couple friends over. We had a case of beer, some pizza. We put the whole thing together. And it actually had trouble cutting the toilet paper. We tried maybe 15 different types of knives. We settled on the serrated knife because it would catch the paper and then rip it. But then on the day when Discovery Channel was here, it wasn't working exactly how I wanted. It was having trouble with the one ply. You'll notice in the final YouTube video that I put up, it uses a different knife, like a big butcher knife, and that ended up working a lot better. But for the Discovery Channel piece, we just used this one. There you go.
Time to replace the drywall, make a few adjustments, and try again.
Now the camera guy was really into it. He really liked the machine, and you can see here he ended up putting a GoPro on it. So there's a few GoPro shots from the knife's perspective.
He decides to tackle 3-ply toilet paper. Sure, it costs a little more than 2-ply, but it's so much softer. And it's also thicker.
Okay, so I'm going to roll out a few sheets and just do one cut.
Success!
That's amazing.
3-ply is no match for the not-so-useless toilet paper dispensing machine.
I think that 2-ply was a cheaper brand. I mean, I know from my own personal use that 2-ply just isn't the best. From now on, it's 3-ply all the way.
But what if you're in the bathroom and you're out of...
Now this is where it gets fun. This is where I start cutting stuff with the machine that you don't see on the YouTube video. This is also when I start saying the word perfect a few too many times. See if we can cut the paper towel. That worked perfect. This is perfect. We've got perfect paper towel that we can now use in the bathroom.
Michael is not stopping there.
Okay, we've been in here testing for a long time. I'm getting pretty hungry. Why not have something to eat?
You may never need to chop fruit in the bathroom, but it's always nice to know that you can.
That's perfect. Okay, that was a success. What did we learn today? The machine works perfectly on 3-ply paper. It works perfect on paper towel. If you get hungry in the bathroom, you can cut fruit and make a salad. I think this machine should be in every house in Canada. It worked perfectly. Now, if you excuse me. When I went for the second time about 2 weeks ago, I showed the wireless baby crib and the automatic cocktail shaking machine. Let's take a look at that.
I'm the CEO and chief inventor of the Useless Duck Company. We create inventions to solve problems for families.
Well, we have problems right here in the studio probably, so we want to see how your inventions fix those. So what have you got here?
So what we're looking at here is a cocktail shaker for your desktop. Sometimes when I'm browsing the internet, I like to have a drink, but it takes too much time to shake up a drink. So I made a robot to take care of it for me.
Sure, that takes a lot of time.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see it work.
Okay,
I was not expecting him to be brave enough to put his hand in there, but here he goes.
Okay. And now it's going to give it a shake.
Okay, let's see how that shakes my drink. Okay, so it looks like your robot has lost 2 fingers, but I guess that's why we're using a robot here, because you would have lost 2 fingers off your hand if you tried to make that drink yourself,
Well,
right?
exactly. This is far too dangerous for someone to do on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so how does this work exactly? What exactly is driving this thing?
So this is an eco-friendly unit. It's air-powered. There is an Arduino that controls a high-torque servo. That's what pulls the fingers to hold the cup.
Okay.
And then it controls a solenoid unit that sends the air to this piston.
And the air going in and out of the piston is what drives the elbow to go back and forth.
That's exactly right.
It's violent, but it works. Now, how long did it take you to make this?
It took me about 8 hours to make this.
Just 8 hours.
That's right.
And what about this one? How long did this take you?
This took me a whole weekend.
Ooh, okay. So what do we got here?
So this is a baby crib that I invented.
Now, I didn't realize when we started filming this that the baby already looked kind of dead and slumped over the railing. I'd rather it looked a little more lively, but it still worked.
Make a lot of noise in the middle of the night. So I made a cell phone app to control a crib to help calm the baby down so the parents can stay in bed.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so let's see it do its thing.
Okay, so it does two things. The first thing it does is it plays some music to soothe the baby.
Ah.
So I'm going to start it now.
Okay. Okay, very nice. Okay, great. So now the baby's calming down, but what if the baby's still crying? What do we do
The
then?
baby's still crying. There's a second level where you can gently rock it back and forth.
Let's see.
So I'm going to turn that on.
Great.
So,
I knew what it was going to do, but it was way funnier in the real version.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. No, don't do this at home, obviously, people. That we're just kidding. It's a fake baby, and you would never do this for real. But, okay, and same sort of mechanics, driven with the air again?
yeah, very similar, air-powered.
It's beautiful. You're a genius for our times.
Wow. That was great. I had a really good time. I hope they have me back on again to show off some new stuff. In social news, I created a Facebook page. So now I have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I don't know exactly what to put on the Facebook page, but I have it now. So go ahead and like the page if you want to follow me there. Also, a report about the cocktail shaker. It's pretty busted. As you can see in the video, I measured everything to be really safe to make sure I didn't get hurt. But during the last take, the hand broke off and became a whip that started moving a little bit further than I was expecting. But I kept my cool, just tried to relax while it did its run. But now it's completely busted. This thing, I've lost some fingers, it's fallen apart. I've been doing a lot of science with this thing, and I think it's had its day now. But I'm making a lot of new stuff, so I don't need it. So that's where I'm at now. Lots of new inventions on the way. Thank you for subscribing, and have a good night.